trying this again. Maybe I should wait a minute before I do the intro. Sometimes it takes a minute for Mixer to really kick in. I'm not sure why. So let's give it a minute. Check my mods real fast. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to test some mods. I've already tried out the little belt top. That's silly. It's not bad, it works, but I mean, it's just, this one too. They're just kind of, they're silly. They're okay if you like them. That's nothing wrong with that. I was going to look and see if there's anything else here. Let's check it out. I think I have some stuff I wanted to test. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try some mods out that I downloaded last night, just to see. I'm going to go down to the work in progress, see if there's anything new I need to be aware of. That probably says, please do not download. Yeah. BK work in progress. Okay, well, I won't download it. Oriole's Balcony. Don't know what that is. There's some stuff. I not necessarily. I looked at the Katarina follower. Especially for the size of that file, I just didn't see that that was worth it. The Skyrim, I've actually tested it. It does work. Excuse me. It does work. And if you wanted all females, I don't see anything wrong with it. Currently, I have a guy I'm trying to play, and if I load that up, it makes him a female, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted Crom to be a guy. So, anyway, I am using this overhaul, which is really good. It's another mod of the same person that has ported this, though I think in this case he had to do more work. I think he ported and combined a couple of mods, and it's really good. This one, I don't know if this is a combination of other things. I just downloaded it and tried it, and then I was like, oh, well, I don't want everybody to be female. And then I just kind of removed it from my list. Now, I might change my mind and put it back in, even if I don't use it. Like, I won't use it for my guy, but I could use it at other times. I could use it for fun. Anyway, so I might do that later. But right now, I downloaded, let me show you here, some different replacers. I'm never satisfied with the way certain characters look, and so I'm always trying to mess with it. And I think I've tested some of these before, but I just thought I would look at these Serana and Valerica replacers. This is actually, if I have to just choose a replacer, this is my favorite replacer, is that by RXKX22. That's my favorite one. I like that one the best. As far as Serana replacers, there's one, unfortunately it goes by the same name as this, and if the files are named the same, they overlay each other, so I can't have them both at the same time. But I actually, if I remember correctly, and we'll see as we go through this, I think I prefer R. Smith 7's Valerica replacer, which it has a horrible picture if you look at out here in the mods, but when you actually download it and try it in your game, she actually looks pretty good. Let's see, I've got some different followers here. I don't know why I'm always up and down on followers. I like followers, and then I try to cut back, but there's a certain amount of followers I like. I don't know that I really like these that much, but it's okay. There are some simple followers that I do like, and but I don't want to get into all that. I was just going to test these out. I'm just going to sort of ramble while I test these out. I may go check these girls out too. I've looked at them before, but I feel like I'm having trouble with this game, this playthrough. I feel like I was trying to do, last night I was trying to do 5 followers, and I think that's too many. And so I was cutting back to 4, and it seemed like my game ran better and didn't crash as often. So I may even try cutting back to 3, because I'm using amazing follower tweaks. If I scroll up here, I can show you. Okay, well, I didn't go too far yet, did I? No. Okay, there you go. So I'm using that, and that you can have 5, and I think there's ways you can even have more, but for my purposes, 5 is plenty, and it may actually be too many. Because I reach certain points in the game, and then I have 5 followers, and it seems like my game starts crashing a lot. So, and this is a lot of fun. I don't think this causes me any crashes, though, even though it can cause me other troubles, but nonetheless. And I'm sure I have other things. I'm sure I could cause myself trouble with a lot of these, but I don't generally have any issue with these other mods. Some of them I still have not really tried out yet. I like the idea, and I haven't really tried them out. All these mods, the winches mods, are great, and I really like these. I think, and this one too. I think RSmith7 did these, put a lot of work into those, and those are good. I mean, it gives you a more, a higher female content. It doesn't totally get rid of all males, but it gets rid of a lot of males, and then it gets rid of the hag ravens who, really, the hag ravens are just that. They're just hag ravens. There's really not any big deal there. So anyway, I'm going to test this. I think I remember what this Serana and Valerica look like, but I think I can summon them with a cheat spell I have, so I'm just going to run through and test these. So I'm just going to be loading, reloading, unloading my game. Let's see, where is Crawl? I don't remember where I left him. Some of these games are nothing but test games. Where's he at? He's on the road to somewhere. I don't remember where. That's alright. Let's just load it up. Let's see what we got. So yeah, like I said, my game has been crashing a little bit too much. I've eliminated a lot of things. I've eliminated... I got rid of a lot of high graphic textures, because I have like the original Xbox One, and I don't think it can really handle that. I've eliminated quite a bit. I've tried to go more vanilla in my textures and graphics. I've actually been using fewer followers. I don't know why I added those 2 back. I guess because they're 2 girls and they're supposed to do a lot of summoning, and I only ever had one of them. I never had both at the same time. It would be funny to have both of them follow me and see just how much summoning they actually do. Alright, anyway. Oh, this is where that cat is. You know, I killed this cat last night. There you go. Anyway, so he's dead. Oh. Okay, how many girls do I have fallen? 5. Yeah, I think that's too many. Let's see.
I've got your back.
I think I'm just gonna let Timber go.
I've got your back.
Or Timba go
Still
and keep
here.
Takata. No, I don't know who's here to call me, honestly. It could be anybody.
I'm right behind you.
Tell you what,
Still
now,
here.
let's just drop Timba. I don't really like that armor as good as I thought I would. I like the blue. And I mean, it is pretty good, but I don't know.
Still here.
Anyway, let's see.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Yeah, you head back to Dragon's Reach, and I'll find you later if I need you. So let's keep it down to 4. This seemed to work good last night. Before I picked up Takata and made it 5, I was down to 4. And that seemed to work pretty good. Now, of course, my game crashed shortly after this, though. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a save here. And I'm going to, well, okay. Do a save here. And let's check and see. I have some call spells. I think I have Serana and Valerica included. Yeah. Okay, so let's just call Serana and see what she does here. She should appear around me somewhere. Wait, did she just pop in? Okay, this is funny. Am I blind? Did I miss her? Okay, let's wait. No, game will crash. It could be that these cells playing around with are crashing the game, even though I haven't played them much. Look at that, it's a crash. It's going down. Well, I know somewhere. I know another way to do this. Okay, so what was that? Like how to crash your game in like 10 minutes? Yep. That was pretty easy. It could be these spells that I'm fooling around with. It could be that these mods and what I'm trying to do is messing my game up. That may be why it's crashing. It may not be how many followers I have. I have played before and ran around with a lot of followers, but I always end up messing with my game a lot and sort of making a wreck of it. So there's nobody to blame for that but me. I mean, the mods all seem to be good. They all seem to work. It's just I get real whimsical about bringing them in and out. And let's just go back to that last save. What we'll do is we'll just go to Y run. I know where I can look at Serana at least. There is a copy of her. There'll be a copy of her down in the Hall of the Dead, thanks to one of the other mods I have. And then Valerica, I might have to try to summon her again. It might cause my game to crash again. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if I go to the cheat room and do that, it would work better, but I don't know. We'll see. I just wanted to test and see these replacers. I don't really think the one I have active right now. I don't think was really my favorite, but I wanted to at least check it out. I seem to recall thinking that Serana looked too childish for my purposes when I'm playing. Oh, I'm not even that far from Waterrun. Let's just go back to Waterrun. Excuse me. So, and maybe a little too anime-ish too, but especially childish. Serana, well, I know she's not supposed to look really old. She's like a really old vampire. I don't think she should look like she's 15 or something. That's disturbing to me.
I'm right behind you.
So, yeah, I had a little bit of an altercation here last night. The Genesis mods and things that call up some random attacks in your game, which are a lot of fun, they totally defeat the purpose of having vampires suck, because not only did I get attacked by bandits, I got attacked by vampires in town, which was not supposed to happen.
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman?
Well, anyway, will not reply to that. Just head down here, and we'll see if we can see this copy of Serana and see what she looks like. I say Serana For all I know, you could say Serana. I don't think it matters. It's just how I say it. You could do Serana. I don't care. As long as we know who we're talking about, and I think we do. So, okay, so this is the standard vanilla Serana in my game. And this is the standard Valerica in my game. Now this is the replaced. This is actually what Serana would look like if I went and found her now. And she just looks too childish for my taste.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die
That's
with a
how
sword in your hands.
we all, well, we'll just say Maul.
I've got your back.
And she's also used to replace some vampires, and that's Harkon. Well, that's the usual dude. All right, so we're gonna try the crazy spell. We're gonna try to summon Valerica, as she should look with all my mods, because these copies of Serana, Harkon, and Valerica do not represent how they look in my modded game. Mods say mods do not affect them. I didn't know how that works. Let's see if we can find her. Oh, there she is. So this version of Valerica, well,
I've got your back.
now that version of Valerica looks pretty good. Now let's see, I don't know if I save, it will just keep her here or not, but we're going to try that. I'm just going to do a quick save here. And then when we load up our, when we load up our other mods, we should be able to just come back here and, you know, see the results. It's not always a perfect system. Depending on what's going on, you can get X themes and stuff, but at least you can get a general look at like their face and see if you like their appearance or not. See, I like the appearance of that Valerica. Okay, she's okay. She still looks maybe a little too young, but I don't know. She looks alright. Let's see what some of these others look like, because I can't remember and I want to get an idea. And I like the, like I'll show you what everybody looks like without this replacer at all. If I just use just my NPC overhaul, they look pretty good. So maybe I shouldn't even bother doing this, because they do look pretty good. This right here does a good job. So maybe I don't even need any of these turned on at all. Maybe I should just get rid of them. I just had a wild, crazy urge to try this out. Let's see. Alright, so... But I can't stand that courier dude. Man, he is just creepy. So I think Lily is a little less creepy. Okay, so let's go and just look at the Serana and her mom the way she is with this overhaul. We can see the vanilla versions. Let's just see them how they are with the NPC overhaul. I'll show you that. Dun 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 dun. And the load times are going to be atrocious. I can't do anything about it. I hope next year to get like an Xbox One X and get me a 4K TV. I'm really waiting to do both together because I don't have any need for a 4K TV without a machine that will actually produce 4K. Then next console generation, which they say, and they is just random people. Oh, hold on a second. I may have to answer this or see what's going on. Well, as it turns out, that was nothing. Oh, you know what? I haven't adjusted the volume of this mic at all, so I don't know which way's up or down. That, I would think that would be up. Do I hear myself better? I might. Let's turn this down. Let's see how that is. Well, I think it sounds better like this. Yeah. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I've had my mic turned down too low. Maybe this will work better. I can actually hear myself a little bit. Okay, well let's try this. If I'm too loud, I'll try to adjust it later. Right now, this seems a lot better. Okay, so let's continue what we were doing. Let's try our test. I'm just testing how Serana and Valerica look with different mods. It's really just for my own purposes, but anybody else might want to see this and might enjoy seeing the comparison on the Xbox. I'm sure there's a lot more options on the PC. There's probably more options than I'm actually checking out too. Even on the Xbox, it's just there's only so many different ones I really want to look at. Okay, so this is Valerica with the NPC overhaul, and she looks pretty good. A little aged, I guess, but hey, I mean, she is supposed to be a little older, right? But that's, you know, that's okay.
I've got your back.
And let's see, let's find.
It's a fine day with you around.
Because this is still vanilla Serana there, though she has a different
Still
voice,
here.
but that's her appearance. Where is the Ava girl? She's the one. Is this her? Yeah. This is what Serana would look like with that NPC overhaul, which is actually really nice. Really good. So I may stick with that Serana because I think, I mean, she still looks kind of like a little girl, but, well, not quite like a little girl. But I mean, you know, looks.
Been a good friend of
That
mine.
looks
That means something.
younger than this to me. So that's just my opinion. So.
I've got your back.
And then this looks a little older, a little wrinkled. Not as
Did you
bad
need
as
something?
this though. She looks
Still
a little,
here?
well, probably about the same. That's more like the vanilla
What can I do for you?
Valerica there.
I've got your back.
That hairdo is really dumb. I don't get into those hairdos like that. But that's me, and I'm a guy, so it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so let's go switch it up. Let's put something else on, and I'll show you. I will show you what I have there. All right. All right. So, mods. Lost track of what I was doing. Sorry. Okay. So. So, let's see. Alright, so let me it's easier for me if I go down this list because I keep them all grouped pretty good together, my replacer mods. Unless something says specifically to do otherwise, I like to keep the replacer mods grouped together. Let's see, so we looked at that and I thought they were, I thought Valerica was pretty good, and Serana, I don't really love that Serana. Let's try this one, which is also supposed to replace them, and I think this replaces Harkon as well. In this one, Serana will be a redhead, so let's just see what that does. I've never actually tried this one, so it will be interesting to see how they look. And, you know, this is all for fun. If you don't want to replace them or change them, if you're happy with that, with the vanilla look, that's fine too. I could turn off, I didn't think about that, I could turn off my NPC overhaul and you can see the vanilla version for real. That's okay though. I mean, well, I might do that. That might be the last thing I do is try to show the real vanilla version. Alright, so let's load this up with the pure bloods. Yes, it's gonna fuss at me. It's okay. Yes, Mr. Skeleton looks so happy, doesn't he? Ah, well, I was too late. Anyway, so okay, so this
I'm
is
right
like the
behind you.
pure blood version. Valerica looks, well, a little bit like Bride of Frankenstein a little bit. Not exactly, but you get the reference, I'm sure.
Still here.
She looks a little, but not too bad. I mean, certainly not awful. I wouldn't say.
I'm right behind you.
Let's find the Ava girl again. Now, she's the
You've been a
redhead
good friend to
now.
me. That means something.
Archon, I've never been a friend to you, but okay, whatever. So, this girl, is that not strange?
Yes?
Let me go back over here. Does she look yellow? Not really, she doesn't. Huh. How interesting. Now I could mess with them. This Valerica
I'm right behind you.
I just am not thrilled with that.
Yes?
Serana, even though she's a redhead, which
Still here.
redheads are cool. I mean, I like red and dark-haired and
Still here.
I mean, well, that's just me anyway.
Still
And
here.
all that.
Still here.
All right. Well, that Valerica is interesting. I'm not
Still
sure.
here.
Not bad, but I didn't like the. Since it's a package deal. See, the package deals I really don't like very good because it's always like, well, I like that one, but I don't like that one. And it's just the package deals are hard for me to deal with. Ha ha ha! Terrible pun. And they tend to be larger, and I don't really need a large file that has, a third or two-thirds of it that I don't even like. I've gotten rid of plenty of mods that I tried just because there was a high percentage of it I didn't like very much. And it was like, well, there's no point in keeping that. Find the things that you really like the best and keep those, but, there's no point in keeping all the other stuff. So let me see here. Let's get back down there. I just need to go faster. Alright, so that was okay. Valerica was pretty good, and Serana not so much. This one, Valerica was pretty good, and Serana not so much. So that's two similar ones, which is, now that I think about it, that's pretty funny. Whereas I kind of like both on this one. It's just the Valerica is a little wrinkled, but not too bad. And I could probably replace just Valerica, which is what we're going to try now. Well, these are my two. Now, these are separate, so I don't have to use them both, but I'm going to turn them both on. This one, I can't remember if there's something about this one I don't use it for some reason. This one, when I used these before I got this big NPC overhaul, this Serana replacer was my favorite. I tried the others. They're all pretty good, but I liked this one better. I would be hard-pressed to tell you why. It's just her appearance in this appeals to me for whatever reason. And I do have Lady Mirak, so that Mirak will be a woman, and I'm waiting to get to that point in the game and be silly about that. I might even summon, because I have the spell to summon a clone, I might even summon Mirak for the fight against Mirak, just for giggles, just to be silly. Of course, then it might be confusing. I might attack the wrong one, but we'll see. In the heat of battle, anything can happen. But let's look at these replacers here. And this might take a few minutes. I'm just doing this for a little while. I was working. I work from home, and I was working, but I was getting to where I was feeling bad. I thought I would take a break. My wife and my son left, and I thought, well, I've got a few minutes. Maybe I can just sit here and just fool around for a few minutes and just kind of relax. And I feel like I'm feeling a little better already. So that's good. I wasn't like I was going to die or anything. I just felt like I was a little, I don't know, I just felt kind of bad. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, we don't care about that. So let's see how these look, and you'll get an idea. This Serana replacer is pretty nice. I think she looks pretty good. It depends on what you like. I mean, some people are really going to like the vanilla Serana, and that's fine. She's fine. That's what I played with for years, was the vanilla, until I really didn't buy this version on the Xbox One here, this SE. I didn't buy it.
I'm right behind you.
Like last year. Yeah, see, she looks pretty good. You know, my problem with her is
I'm right behind
face
you.
looks a little goofy. Like her nose is a little too red.
Still
or
here.
something. But she doesn't look bad, though. I mean, I would not say she looks bad. Well, girl, you are. Whoa, she is like freaking out. Anyway, so she doesn't look bad. And I prefer the red eyes. I mean, if you're going to be a vampire, let's have the red eyes. Come on. That's, she doesn't
I've got
look
your
bad.
back.
No, she doesn't. That girl. Okay, some of these girls are really flipping out. I don't know why. And this is the Serana
You've been a good
replacer. And
friend
I
to
just,
me. That means
I don't know.
something.
I think she looks good. She doesn't look too young.
I've
She
got your
doesn't look
back.
too old.
Yeah.
She might look a little younger than the original, though. Now that I'm really
It's a
looking.
fine day with you around.
And that's not the correct voice for sure. We know that. Whoever did these marriageable clones, they changed her voice on purpose. These
A
other
fine day
clones
to
like
you,
this,
friend.
Ava and
Die
Eva,
with a sword in your
they
hands.
were done by R. Smith 7. They're just an example. And I have used them as followers, though. He says in the mod that he's not sure you can, if it'll mess you up to do that. But I've done it before. But then again, I've also not. I've also just
I'm right
set here.
behind you.
Doesn't
Still
seem to
here.
make that much difference. So, okay, so this is what Valerica would look like with this mod. It's not
Behind you.
bad. Is that better than the other mod?
Still here.
Not necessarily, but this would be an improvement
I've got your back.
if I wanted to replace just her and leave Serana alone with my NPC overhaul. Let's, oh, I'm getting an autosave, and I didn't really want that, but that's okay, it won't hurt anything. So, let's bounce out of this for a minute and see, did I have any other mods to look at for this? I don't remember. Dun, dun, dun. Let's do a check and see. I really hope my sound is okay. In the past, I didn't realize, for one, I didn't realize I had my mic turned down. So, but in the past, the sound has been wrong, and it's just been too low to even hear me very well. So maybe we got that fixed. Plus, the game was too loud, so I've turned down the game since then too. And I don't play mic'd a lot, and I don't leave chat on and stuff because I don't want all that stuff hogging up my screen space. I want to be able to play. And that's the same reason I don't have a camera or try to show that. I realize other people do that. They have like two computers, or they have like a computer and their Xbox, and they get them like side by side so that you can do both. And I've thought about doing that. I could do that, but, well, to be honest, I just don't want to. I mean, that's a lot of trouble. If for any reason I had a lot of people that were watching, and, and they wanted that, like I check the logs on Mixer and to see if there was any chat or anything, then I would be willing to do that, I guess. Also, someone could go out to my YouTube, which I mentioned on Mixer, and refer to that. Someone could go out there and they could put comments and say, hey, it would be better if you could have interaction while you're streaming. And if that's what people wanted, I would do it. But for me right now, nobody's really watching these. It's just me doing this for fun. And if I ever get any kind of a following, we'll see. And if not, that's fine. I'm just doing this for the experience and for the fun of doing it. Alright, so, I wasn't overly thrilled with these for the most part. Let's look at the vanilla. Let's turn this off. And let's see, now it's not going to be truly vanilla because I still have other beautification mods. I'm not going to turn all those off because then that really might crash my game. I think I could get away with turning this off. So we're going to turn that off and we're going to get a look at, pardon me, we're going to get a look at the vanilla characters. We can also compare them to those clones that somebody made there that they said are basically vanilla. And we can see if that's really accurate. We'll test the strength of Smith 7's work. Oh, I forgot to get his Valerica. You know what? Maybe I'll go grab that. Well, we'll do that in a minute. We've already done this. Let's let this load. No point jumping around too much. As a last thing, I will get his Valerica and download it because I actually think I preferred it over the one I just showed you. And it's going to depend on what you like, but for me, I think I like it better. So, let's go. Let's look at the vanilla ones here. Fuss at me. Yep, there you go. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, I don't care about that. I'm not saving any of this anyway, even if it saves. I did that quick save, and I did another save out on the road. So this is just a test. I find it's better to test with totally separate saves and just delete or overlay those saves. Don't save your testing
Right behind you.
things.
I've got your back.
And try to play a full game with them because it's not good. Okay, so whoever did the vanilla Valerica clone did a pretty good job because this is pretty much what she looks like.
It's a fine day with you around.
I don't see much difference. They look about right. Now let's see the Eva.
You've been a good
this
friend to me.
is
That means something.
what Serana would look like. Now Harkon's any of those things claim to
Yes.
because he looks the same. So this is what Serana would look like in my
Still
game,
here.
in the vanilla version, and
A fine day to you, friend.
well,
You die
that's
with a
pretty
sword in
close.
your
I would say they did a pretty good job
Need
of
something?
copying her and her features. So at least for my purposes, with my beautification mods, of course, still being intact.
Still here.
And this is Sylvia, or however you say her name, as she
Still
actually
here.
appears in the game, without the overall. She doesn't really look too
I'm
bad.
right behind you. Still here.
Takana, of course, is the same. She's standalone. This is one of Ashara's followers, Erin. She's standalone, so she wouldn't change. Who would change?
I've got your back.
Rowan is standalone. Who else did I bring with me? I thought I had 4 with me. She comes with the immersive winches. She's my favorite vampire, though. She's usually stationed here in Whiterun in the Hall of the Dead. Sometimes you'll see her.
Still here.
Still
All right, well
here.
those are the 4 I had with me, and only one of them is like from the vanilla game.
I'm right behind you.
Okay, well that's life. I guess I am still
I've got your
using
back.
the extra follower mods more than I realized. Okay, so let's hop out of this. I'll show you Smith 7's Valerica replacer, which it's small, and in a lot of ways, I mean, while it is a little more vanilla game looking, it's as good as like that vampire there, from the immersive winches. It's as good as that vampire, at least that good, which is not bad. So let's go to mods here. Let me get rid of some of those. I'm not going to keep any of those. I'm not. I'm just goofing off. I'm not going to keep those. I don't know. It's fine. I just wanted to check and see if there was anything to gain. From what I'm seeing right now, I don't see a lot to gain from those. I think I may keep, just to replace Valerica, I may keep Smith 7, so I'm going to keep that. I like that overhaul. Overall, it's a very good overhaul. These 2, I'm definitely not keeping. I do like that Valerica. If there was some way I could pull her out and not have that Serana, that might be interesting. But I don't know if I can do that. Maybe if I move things around, but then I might create another mess. This Serana is nice, but the one I get from this overhaul is just as good. So I'm going to save myself the space. I think I'm going to save myself the space on this too. And here, I think I'm going to save myself the space on that. I know, I'm just being a booger, but that's just the way it is. So, and then follower-wise, well, let's do R. Smith 7s first. Let me find that and I'll show you, because it's small. It's simple. I think it really relies on your beautification mods, which is the way I really like for followers to be. Your followers really shouldn't have to be 100 meg all the time. They shouldn't use a bunch of standalone stuff. Of course, now that's my opinion. For my purposes in my game, I just want my characters to use my textures. I want them to look the way I want them to look, so that makes sense to me. Here it is. It's Valerica Makeover. Now this picture, oh, that picture looks horrible, but she looks a lot better than that. I'll just download it. We'll put it in its place, and I'll show you. Oh, come on. Did I not delete the other one? Well, let's just... Maybe I didn't. I thought I did delete the other one, though. Oh, come on now. This is a little file. It's not a big file. I have plenty of space. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I remove that other one. I thought I did. Okay, well, it's not here. Let me just check something. Yeah, I have almost 800 meg. I know it's not all contiguous, but I also know that, okay, let me look here. Maybe that other one's still hiding out in my library somehow. I wouldn't have thought so. I might need to get out and come back in, which would pause my my stream here. Sorry about that if that happens, but let's just take a quick look. Maybe if I do this. Or is this how I found that to begin with? Hold on a second. Let's back out of this. Maybe I'm being a doofus. Hold on. Let's go this way. Oh, okay. Okay, so see here? This shows that I do not have it. Let's download it. Dun, 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 dun. And then I'm gonna disable it and delete it again. I don't know why, but sometimes this... And this is like 40 some meg. Oh, it can't be complete. Oh boy, I bet I probably really... Well, they do have the same name. They have the same file names. I've had a problem similar to this before, and I know with these, they do have the same file names. Come on, it would download this like in no time if it could get it. Oh. Well, I may have to reboot. That sucks, but I don't think I can do anything else about it. I have plenty enough space, and I'm sure I have at least, you know, less than a meg contiguous space somewhere. But I've probably upset the system here. Yeah, it's okay. I'll favorite that. We'll come back to that. So, I guess, hold on for a few minutes while I do a reset. So I'm going to reset and come back in. I don't want to blow away my reserve space yet. But if I had to, I could do that, but that would require more work. And I'll have to do that later, not right now. So, but anyway, that R. Smith 7 Valerica Makeover, she actually looks very good. She looks more like the vampire I showed you from Immersive Witches. She looks more like that, which is, I think, is a good look, but that's personal preference, of course. We'll try to do that here in a few minutes, but right now, since we're here, let's go check out those two sisters. Yeah, we'll let those go. We don't care about that. And this will give us another look at that Valerica and Serana, which I think this Serana is fine from the NPC overhaul. It's really So I have tried.
I'm
I
right
keep
behind
fooling
you.
around and trying different
I've got-
mods. I mean, that's just something I do. Yeah, that's just oh, girls.
Still here.
Yeah, let's see. So yeah, so I think she looks good. I think she looks fine. She'll do fine.
Still here.
Now she
Still
is from
here.
Shore Stone. If you're not familiar with her, that's where she's from. She's the
Still
girl
here.
you end up making a delivery for her over to Dark Water
Still here.
Crossing, I believe. So this is what
I'm right behind you.
the other Valerica ends up kind of looking like. Arsmith 7s. It doesn't look. She doesn't look exactly like this, but it's reasonably close
Huh?
without being exactly this. And she's my favorite vampire out of
I've
the
got your back.
Force of Witches. Each town gets at least 1 or 2 of these vampires.
I'm
They
right
have
behind you.
All the dead, but she's my favorite, I think. Anyway, let's go to Riften and check out. I should probably dismiss everybody, so hopefully that won't cause us any trouble. I'm not saving all this anyway. We'll go to Riften and we'll check out I call them the Lich Aid girls, because that's how the CHADE, like lemonade, Lich Aid. And it's because I think they did it that way because those girls summon. They're supposed to summon a lot. And the one girl I had following me for a while, that one time she did summon